Pick the straightest floor joist and lay it on top of the skids at the front of the building. Measure the distance it hangs over the skids and center the joist. When it's centered, align it flush with the front edge of the skids and nail it in place with a 16D nail into all 3 skids. Cut your floor plates to length using 2x4 by 12 foot boards. Place the corresponding number of wall studs needed for your first wall onto the floor deck, evenly distributed as shown. Place your wall plates at the top and bottom of the wall studs. Nail the wall studs into the top wall plates, making sure to center the wall studs on the layout marks. Nail down the top of the sheet using a 6D nail every 8 inches across the top. Working with one rafter at a time, place one end of the rafter on top of the wall plate, directly over a sidewall stud. Then place the opposite end on the corresponding stud on the opposite sidewall. Nail into place using 16D nails. Attach the hinges to the door frame, aligning the hinges with a cross support piece. Align the bottom of the hinge board even with the bottom of the door frame and spaced as shown, with a hinge pin spacing the boards apart. Align the door frame flush across the bottom of the sheet and even with the inside of the underlap lip as shown. Align the bottom of the overlap 1-foot siding rib even with the bottom of the overlap door and nail it off using 6D nails. Make sure that 1/3 of the stud is revealed into the door opening. This will keep your shed weathertight and still allow your doors to open and close easily. Line up the bottom of the sheet with the outside edge of the rafter along its length and nail it into place. Install the H-clips between each rafter, making sure the large end is facing down. Install one of the remaining 4 rafter pieces onto the front of the building as a fly rafter. The tail of the rafter must be flush with the outside of the first rafter's tail. At the bottom of the trim, align it flush with the front trim and then nail it into the stud and work your way up from there, nailing as you go. While unrolling and nailing the fill into place, pay attention to the lines on the bottom roll. Make sure you keep the top roll straight and don't allow it to run crooked along the roof. Measure the distance from the face of the back rafter to the end of the first piece of drip edge and add 2 inches to that measurement. Cut a piece of drip edge to that length, then slip it under the first one and nail it into place. To cut your starter shingles, cut 6 inches off of 7 shingles using a utility knife. Start the next section of shingles by installing 2 turn-down shingles along the drip edge. Take one of the 6-inch tabs cut from the starter shingles and install it flush with the drip edge. The shingle may hang over the back edge of the building, but we'll trim that later.